Dude, first of all, look at these bikes, bro.
I think there's a 112 or two out here, right?
Yes! Hey, dude, there's only one that's not a 112.
Yeah, I'll let the viewers decide.
Hey, at this point they already know this game is over.
So
My
wait,
bike is not the one, baby.
yours isn't a 108 anymore?
Hey, you know what?
What are you talking about? You mean, where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Minnesota?
All the way to North Carolina
Why?
to get a big bore kit, baby.
I mean,
And I'm gonna promise you this, these next 10,000 miles aren't gonna be the same as these first 10,000 miles.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
System overload.
found a hole? I feel like you make bad decisions with the rest of us.
That
You
is
fit
not
right
true.
in.
I make great decisions. They just may be irresponsible decisions.
Well, we're just a bad influence in all the best ways.
I blame Minnow.
I blame Minnow.
Listen, she told me, Dad, your exhaust is embarrassing. I call Toce. Dad, we need more power. I call Brandon.
I mean, I really think that you did a phenomenal decision here. I mean, well, and I tell you the best part about the whole gig is actually being able to not only have you come here, do it, shoot it, video it, the whole 9 yards, but to actually be able to become hands-on, to learn so much about your motorcycle. I tell guys all the time, you can read all the knowledge that you can on the internet, and that's fantastic. But until you actually get into a real-world situation where you're putting your hands on, you're physically seeing what's happening, it's mind-boggling to see the amount of development.
Listen, he's lying. I don't do that much. So actually, I'm gonna say it. So normally I actually don't do very much, and I never work on my own bike. I always have the people that are pros work on it. I'll do something ghetto garage, but I'm laying on the floor. I don't have all the right tools. I trust the guys at Indian Motorcycle St. Paul. They work on this. But it was really fun. Part of this deal was Brandon told me, he goes, if you come out, we're gonna do the big bore kit, but you're going to get your hands dirty. We're not gonna just do it and me be in the way, which I was in the way.
No, not at all, not at all. And that was the biggest thing, is that when Brandon and I were discussing this and we were trying to put forth the plan and figure everything out, because obviously logistically, it's incredibly tough to pull this off, especially to do it in the amount of time we did.
There's a small time frame.
It was a turn and burn, and as you saw, it's just my brother and I. We're not a big outfit by no means, but we specialize in going fast. That's all we want to try to do, is just figure out what can we squeeze, what Indian developed, what else can we do to make an already fantastic platform a little bit better. It's funny, we say it over and over and over, and not to dog the Harley guys by no means, but at the end of the day, why buy anything else?
Oh.
I mean, Indian has done such a phenomenal job from stock format. I mean, from the suspension, the braking, the motor itself, the chassis. I mean, that's why we swapped from the Harleys over to the Indian when Moto America, when we made that change. It's a far superior chassis. Now, with that being said, have we done a lot of learning? Oh, 100%. Have we broke some things along the way? I try my best to.
Well, you know, Rodney, yeah, you do. Rodney talked about he really wanted the King of the Bagger series at Moto America, at Moto America, to be the R&D, the rapid R&D for the motor and everything else for that matter. I mean, part of this kit was highly recommended, and almost not even recommendation, it was like a part of the kit, was I had to get a new clutch. Mm-hmm. You just said, you guys, the amount of torque that these put off. I mean, this bike I thought it was fair. I was very impressed riding it, to kill the vibe and get to the bottom of this. Riding this, the low end torque was so great. It was fun. We did a little run. His bike probably has higher end, a little bit better. Lower end, I think mine's a little bit better.
Oh, brother, yours digs hard on the bottom end. Trust me, I was doing the paddle effect trying to run you back down. So, but the problem was I felt like I was going up creek trying to catch you. But and seriously, I mean, the amount of time and energy that Rodney and Revolution and his team has put together. I know Rodney and Brandon spent hours and hours on the phone going back and forth with different designs, figuring out what was going to be best. The great thing about this kit, and this is probably the best thing about it, is this is the same kit essentially as far as piston and cylinder setup that we run in the race bike. So to know that, obviously last year we struggled a lot with electronics, and it was a big learning curve. I mean, it was an entire new brand change for us. It was learning what was going on, figuring out how to do things. But to go through and see the development and to see how far it came, and to know that those are the same pistons. I mean, essentially we're running the same setup that we were last year all the way into this season. So to be able to go through and, as you said, I mean, you hit spot on. You use what you learned in the racing department to really push it over into the street guys. And that's what I tell everybody. I mean, the beautiful thing about what we're doing is everybody involved. We're all working our hardest to present the best product possible.
Yeah.
And what we use on race day is what we're going to sell to you on Monday. So.
Well, so some people might say, what cams? If you missed the part of the video where we went back and talked with Brandon actually about what was in the kit, and we use Indian Stage 2 cams for this kit. That's what's suggested. That's what they were built around. People are going to say, hey, what about other cams, whatever. So at this moment, couple things I can say. Right now, the one cam that's massively produced and available are the Indian Stage 2 cams. Lloyd's will probably be coming out with cams. I would highly suggest you guys get a set of cams.
I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah,
I mean, those guys, they are so far ahead, and it's funny because we all see the debates back and forth.
Yeah.
But really what's happening on the backside is that we're constantly rooting for one another because as they do better, it pushes us to do better. And as we do better, it pushes them. And at the end of the day, you guys are the ones that win. I mean, you got to read in and experience, or ride it, should I say.
Innovation, competition breeds innovation. So one more thing, people might say, well, why didn't you use the race cams that are in the King of the Bagger bike, blah, blah, blah. They're not readily available, one. And two, those are, and tell me where I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, they're so tuned for high horsepower and high speed that just going down the road wouldn't be fun. You're not going 170. Did you hit 174 last in Daytona?
We ran 172, if I'm not mistaken.
172.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me where I'm wrong, because I know the internet will. Lloyd's, I think they hit 174, maybe 176. I mean, they were flying. You saw factory S&S with Polaris. Yeah. They went through and I think ripped off like a 181 plus.
Yeah, I mean, 182.
There you go.
So here's so my thought though is that we don't ride that, so that cam doesn't fit the riding style. Just like, my riding, how I ride with minnow, I ride cross country, and I do some digging. The tune that you provided me today, you took my bike out 6 times, 5 or 6 times, to get the tune to where it was comfortable while I'm going down the road with minnow and ripping along highways and passing semis are already going 80 miles an hour, all this, but yet so mellow that when I'm going around town, I'm not wheeling, if I don't want to, wheeling minnow off the back. That's important to me. The safety is important, so I appreciate the time and the effort that you put into this. I mean, you literally didn't even let me ride it till you said we're done, we're ready.
Well, and the biggest thing is understanding what you're building for what rider, because we all have different needs. I mean, you hit it spot on. I know that you do a ton of miles. I mean, this thing's a 2022. It's got 10,000 miles on it now. I mean, and I've spoke to plenty of other customers that have 10,000+ miles within a year. I mean, there's guys that ride a lot. Now, with my bike, obviously, we went through and built something violent. You see how I rode? The viewers will see in some of the videos, I ride like an idiot, all right? But I don't do a lot of long distance riding. So when I designed and built my setup, I wanted something violent, something that was kind of flashy and kind of, I guess, built to provoke maybe.
You have dead spots and then it's wide the fuck open. Built to provoke. That's right.
Exactly. Well, and that's the biggest thing, is really finding out what does that rider need, what's going to be best beneficial. And it was great because I stayed at the house. We had great conversations. My wife absolutely loved you. The little one loves you. But with that being said, I was able to sit down at the table. We sat there and we ate dinner last night. Lord, we talked until 12:30. But I was able to fill you out, find out what are your needs, what's going to best suit what Ridingfish does every single day. And the one thing that you kept hitting on is how much Minnow loves to ride on this bike.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go through and make sure that I gave you all the grunt that I could give you, but keep it tamed to where she feels it, but she's not afraid of it.
Yeah.
She's excited. She's looking for that next hit. She's waiting to go through it.
Well, even
Dad, do it.
Not
do
even
it.
her, me. I don't want to be afraid of because you could. So your bike's fun. Your bike's fun. I couldn't get it to hook. It was pretty loose. But if I was to merge, right, and I had Minnow on the back with your bike, I would merge softer. I'd have to merge softer. It would have to. First of all, we got a new tire. If y'all didn't see that part, we did get a new tire for this bad boy.
Fresh crew stack on there, boy. She's sticky.
We need. She's.
I mean, 25 plus feet on the back wheel. She's real sticky.
It was a good one. It was a good one. Let's see. I'm trying to think anything else, you guys. Listen, these guys stopped the shop. This is normally customers don't hang out while the build's happening. So I appreciate very much you and Brandon, like to no end, to squeeze me in, make this work. You guys know I got a big trip coming up this summer. So hang-in was going to be the only option.
Well, and the two things I want to thank is, first and foremost, all the customers that have tunes sitting here ready and waiting. We do apologize.
Hey, my bad.
Just send all the negativity to him. But no, seriously. That's
What's today? May 4th. So anything that first week of May is my fault. I'm just saying. This video is coming out way after May 4th or the first week of May, but it is seriously my fault.
Well, and it's funny. Our running joke is, I mean, we're just a small shop. A lot of people go through and they see us with Moto America. They see us with the racing and everything. And we're small guys, but we pour our heart and soul. My brother Brandon is so incredibly passionate about what he does. And the thing that we really appreciated is not only going through and saying, hey, Fred, I want you to turn wrenches, but you diving in. And just so the camera and the viewers know, he's a lot more mechanically inclined than what he plays himself out to be. I mean, truly, it was a pleasure to have you. But for you to be able to go through and learn what's happening inside that motor, learn what's going on, see what we did, what the development, why we did certain things, and to watch you be able to go through and you put stuff together. That was probably the most fun, because this is about educating the next generation. It's about passing what knowledge we have on to the next person. Because as I've said, you've heard me say it, knowledge is power. And the more knowledge you have, the more power you have. So you having all that knowledge about your motorcycle now, when you do go through and address customers, when you're speaking on behalf of different manufacturers that provide parts. By the way, quick shout out, Toce, that exhaust, I love it. All right, I absolutely love it.
Every other bike in here does have Swicky, so we know where y'all line up.
Well,
and they sponsor the race bike,
and that's the thing. And we have a fantastic relationship with Swicky. And I tell everybody, even when we're doing tunes, buy what you like, buy what you feel the most comfortable with. Because at the end of the day, I ride my bike, you ride your bike. So my needs may not fit what your needs are, just like on the tuning aspect.
Yeah.
So really the quality of that exhaust is absolutely incredible. Shout out on that hanger. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of an origami until you figure out I needed instructions. But
hey, I came in handy
for
for that
you
too.
You did. I mean, and it was just phenomenal. All the way down to a huge shout out to Prior Performance for you guys blinding me literally all week long. That headlight, incredible.
Yeah.
Just a true fantastic combination of parts on an absolute beautiful motorcycle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brother, and I say this with the most sincerest, it was truly a pleasure to have you here.
I appreciate that. And guys, that's his wrap. You guys got to check out M3 or Mad Monkey Motorsports. They're kind of trying to convert to M3, but Mad Monkey Motorsports, you have to check them out. And you guys know me, shoot me a message. I'll happily direct you or help you. So you're seeing this video as a build video. The ride video is probably gonna be a separate video, I might like chunk it up for this video that you're watching right now. So in a separate video, guys, you'll see the full ride. Gosh, she feels great. She feels great, just this mid-range, this middle power. She just feels good. I mean, I'm bouncing between like 50 and 80 right now, just cruising. It's nothing outrageous. It's just there, and it's all there. I'm so freaking happy. Where we went out for like 20 miles or so, and that will be my raw. After that, I'm gonna give another review of this, maybe when I dyno it. Like I told you guys, I'm gonna dyno it. I'm super transparent. I always show everything. I went from when it was bone stock to when I did exhaust swaps and tunes, the Lloyd's tune and the Toce Performance exhaust. I did it all. So I'm planning on continuing this. So I hope you guys follow along with that. That'll be a good video, because then at that point I'll have 2,000 or maybe 3,000 miles on this from that point. So it's gonna work out really well. But those are separate videos. And then also at Moto America, if you go to any of the King of the Baggers races, you guys gotta go to the Mad Monkey tent, the M3 tent. Check it out, it's the bright yellow bagger.
You can't miss us. You can't miss us. Well, I tell everybody, and as you found out the first go round, I think you ended up turning into our beautiful umbrella girl. If you show up at our tent and we yell at you, you better be ready to grab a wrench.
Yeah.
We're a team full of volunteers, and it's all hands on deck at all times.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? It's always very welcoming. That paddock is super welcoming. And other than that, guys, check these guys out. Follow me. I'll get you some more information. I'll show you guys everything as I always do. And God, I really appreciate it, dude.
And I think Candy got a new name while she was here, didn't she?
No, it's always been Spicy Candy.
Spicy Candy. So that means that we got to take an evolve on that next, right?
What is that? What is
them
spicy?
decide.
Yeah, what's even spicier than Spicy Candy?
I don't know. If she gets
you know what?
too much
She comes with
spicy.
the warning label. That's what this is.
That's what we'll do. We'll get the caution sticker
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
get the caution sticker. You got to sign habanero or something. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. Also, one more thing. You do not have to, if this is something that interests you, you don't have to come here. You could reach out to M3 and they can send you a kit.
Absolutely.
It is literally that easy. To be honest, if you're mechanically inclined, it isn't the worst build in the world. A lot of just time-consuming things so you don't miss it. But either way, that's not what this video is about. But I am telling you, you can buy these kits right on their website. They'll package them with cams, I think. Would you do?
Yeah. Well, and we go through, we'll either package them with it, or if you want to reach out to your local Indian dealer.
Okay.
And that's our biggest thing, is that we wanted to be able to go through and support the dealers.
Yeah.
Because
I had to bring my own.
Yeah.
So shout out to Pikes Peak, which sponsored your first race. Pikes
Man,
Peak.
Tito and those guys
Tito,
they're awesome.
They're the ones that supplied me with the cams for this. So you guys, yeah, I just wanted to tell you, you can buy that kit. Oh, a lot more stuff coming, a lot more content coming on this new big bore kit. This is just the install video. And damn, one more time, thank you.
Bro, we appreciate you big
By
time,
the way,
man.
Berenger. Yeah, he's got the hat on.
Gotta get Berenger, Philippe. Appreciate you.
I tried their levers and master cylinders for the first time when I was at the Forever Rad compound. Yeah, they were pretty nice. So other than that, I'm gonna end this like I always do. Ride hard, ride fast, and say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace.